Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Realex webinar series. Today, we'll be talking about going mobile with the Realex mobile app. I am Jeff Finn, CEO at Realex, and with me today is Matthew Smith, Head of Western Regional Sales and Client Success. So Matt is going to talk to us and take us on a tour of our incredible mobile app. It's had a lot of enhancements over the past few months, and some of you may have found them, others might be new to it, but whatever the case, we want to make sure you know how to take full advantage of the Realex mobile app to add data, input information, access it on the field, and share it with your clients. To talk about the inputting data from property photos and geocoding and creating stacking plans, to voice dictation and activity histories, to our global search feature and the accessibility to move from table to table and to take advantage of our pre-built groups, filters, layouts, and views, even access your deal rooms to see who's logging in to look at your offerings, and to share information and present to clients, and to auto dial, mail, text, call, send records and attachments, and even take advantage of our collaborative tour book. And actually, we have two mobile apps. One is for you, and another one is to collaborate with your clients. Our tour book app is incredible as well. So Matt will take us on a deep dive into our CRM mobile app and then into our tour book app. So Matt, I will turn it over to you and get going.
Thanks
Along
as
the way,
always, Jeff.
anyone having any questions can please chime in, and we'll do our best to address them. This session is being recorded, so we'll be sending it out early next week. If you'd like to share it, review it, and make sure you have access to it whenever you need.
Awesome. Jeff, can you see my screen? Can you see my phone right there?
I see your Game Boy.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's get started with the Game Boy here. And let's talk a little bit about ease of use and accessibility. We wanted to make sure our program was easy to use, accessible for your phones, tablets, Android and iPhone. So you can download our app in the Google Play Store as well as the app iTunes Store and download it on all your mobile devices. So let's talk about some of the things that make our program really easy. One is the information that's in your current system via your web browser or your PC or wherever you access your Realex program are all available to you directly in your mobile phone. So if you're getting ready to head to a meeting and you wanted to look for a property or you wanted to look for somebody, you can simply utilize our global search. Our global search, you simply put anything you want to find in here and it's going to globally search that. I'm going to head over to 6336 Greenwich. I can pull up that information. It looks like I have one property here. It's Governor Park. And there we go. Now I have that information on the building. And if I want to get directions to it, all I have to do is hit that map button and pow. 29 minutes it's going to take me to get to Governor Park. If I want to add a stop to pick up a Starbucks coffee, I can easily do that. Now, let's talk about some other things that can really help us out in the mobility side of things besides just looking up information to reference. Adding information out in the field I found is so valuable, and people don't do it to the extent they probably should. You're coming back from ICSC, you're at ICSC, you're at a meeting, SAOR, wherever you would be, you simply hit the little plus sign in the upper right hand corner, and you can do many things with inside of this. Now I can type in a full name, or I can go ahead and voice dictate information using our voice dictation, Matthew Smith. Now it fills in the information. I can tie Matthew to a company. I can add work detail information or anything else I want, including the ability to sync Matthew back to my Gmail or my Outlook, all in one program. I can even go through here and I can update information from a client. Simply hitting the edit screen allows me to edit basic information, personal information, or business relationship. I can add a photo if I want to add a photo by clicking my photo button. Maybe I want to take a picture of the photo of the outside of the client's building. Maybe I want to take a picture of my client. Maybe I want to add in the directory of a building. I can do this all from my mobile device. So that brings me to the next thing. Property photos, geocoding, and stacking plan. How do you door knock the easy way? Use your iPhone or Android. Stop taking your MacBook and your PC and all that stuff out to go door knocking. Simply click on the hamburger in our program, click properties, And from here, you can either update the building information like I have here with additional photos by taking photos out in the field, or you can simply add a new property, hit address and hit auto address, and it pulls the address of the information in. From there, you can easily go ahead and you can tag it as a retail, office, or industrial, land, or any other property type that you have in your system. You can add additional information. Maybe it's zoning, market conditions, number of tenants, or any other information you may want to add to it. If you have an owner of the building, you can see the owner of the building in there, and you can even call them directly from here. I can call the owner, the agent, and the site contact all directly inside of my phone. I can stack the complete building, whether I want to take a picture of the signage that's outside and add the information later, or simply walk over to each suite and add suite 120, 120 to 130, and 130, or a whole office building, strip mall, industrial park, or retail center. I can simply just hit add. I can put in the floor of the suite. I can select the tenant, contact, or company. And using programs like CamCard and other business card scanning apps, you can easily take a picture of the business card. It'll load it in a Gmail or Outlook, and instantaneously will upload in your Realex program, so you can add the tenant directly to the space that they occupy. You can even schedule an event for someone back in your office. Create marketing package. Hey Jeff, I just updated all the information, including the rent roll on 123 Main Street we're going to be taking to market. Can you go ahead and start creating some brochures and send out an email campaign to my group? I put the group in via my iPhone. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you. Now I can go and schedule that event. It's going to pop up in Jeff's calendar so he knows to get it done. I can see here if Jeff has completed it before I even leave the building. It's super important to be able to have that information. Now, one of the things that you can do if you want to be a superstar is show this to your client. Be transparent. When I met with Jeff, I said, Jeff, here are all the properties I have. I have 84 properties that fit your requirements. I also talked to Jeff about his information pertaining to some of the different investors that we've been working with in the past. He asked for a couple references. We pulled up Ken, we pulled up Don, and we pulled up other people that we have for references. We can even go ahead and search for available listings directly right in here while we're in front of the client. I came up with Jared's building right here in Las Vegas. I want to add it back to my CRM, and I can easily add it back to my CRM for a property, for a buy side. Maybe it's space information for a tenant assignment I want. I can easily do this all with the app. Now you can do many more things with the app, as you saw. We can make a phone call and call somebody. We can even text using the iPhone application, and it creates a history right inside of the mobile app for you. You can log a history or schedule an event. You can even see additional files to download. Maybe it's a marketing package or any other thing that you may have inside of the program. But you're able to go from global searching to adding records, to updating records, and editing records. Now, Jeff said to me, Matt, I understand that you have a bunch of properties that you're going to be showing me, and this is great, but I have a property that I'd be interested in selling. Do you have any buyers? I can easily use a filter, a save filter, or I can go back in and pick up a group of all my buyers that are pre-qualified to purchase Jeff's building and show Jeff all the details of the investor, what their investor criteria is, or any other details on that client. So now I have the ability to say, hey, Jeff, look, I know Ken really good. His favorite drink's rum. He's looking to between 5 to 7 million. I think your property is perfect. Is a client rating of mine. I can verify the contact information. I can even change the layouts all from my mobile device. You want to see a ton of information? No problem. You want to see little information? Whatever works. If you want to see mid information, it's all there. You want to see the last time you talked to Ken or the last time you emailed, it's all right in your mobile phone so you can access it or your iPad. Again, don't forget that global search. You can go through here and you can type in just simple things like a phone number. And now that phone number is going to start pulling up people with inside of there. There's Tim Antonio, and I can see the different companies, and I can pull up the company information and the contacts that are at the company, pull up that contact and call them to let them know I'm on my way. It's amazing. You can run your complete business directly on your phone or your tablet. Someone was mentioning the other day on social media that they run their business on their phone. Do you have Realnex app installed? If not, you should, because you can do all that via your phone. With the pre-group layouts, filters, and different views, we're able to navigate everything within inside of the program. Now, I showed you a couple of things from adding a contact to a company. Maybe you want to show a client the last 5 deals you sold, or the 7 properties you currently have under management, or the 14 properties that you're working on right now to showcase them for you. You can look at all your buildings that you have for lease, for sale, tenant rep, leads you have on those, and where the leads are at. You can track things like your digital files. Maybe you have a brochure, a flyer, an LOI. Maybe you want to schedule an event or record a property tour. You can do it all from your phone. You can even share some of the information with your clients out in the field. So if I wanted to look up Victor's information or Ken's information, I can click that share button, and that share button allows me to share it to other people. I can share it via email, text, or any other share point that I have within inside of my mobile device. I can even go in and access all the deals that I have going on through my deal rooms. I can see in my deal room who's logged in, what their email is. I can even see what documents they viewed and the level of views that are inside of there, all from my mobile device. I can open up things like the contract view or look at Balboa Office and see if anybody logged in or not. So you have your complete business at the palm of your hands. You want to get support? No problem. We're here for support and feedback all in the mobile app. Don't need to log into the desktop or anything else. You have additional settings in here. There's a lot of times that people don't want to see empty fields. You go in the settings side and you can hide all your empty fields. You can automatically create that history from SMS with that. You can even refresh your layouts and layout definitions as you continue to update the layouts. Before I go to my next event, I need to figure out what my current event is. You can easily finish an event as you complete each one of your activities all out in the field. And you can go ahead and schedule a new event if you have to without leaving the application. It's all right there for you. Now, as you're going and you're presenting this information to clients, it's incredible, it's powerful, it's transparent, and it's tangible. They can hold it in their hand. Let them feel your phone, your tablet, or anything else. It's pretty awesome when you can start pulling that information up. Maybe you're contacting all your clients that have lease expiries in a certain period of time. You simply go to filters, save filters, load one of your filters in here, and now you can pull up all the lease expirations right in there for all the tenants that are expiring. Go to each one of the buildings and talk to the tenants and update the information anywhere, anytime, any place. You can text from it, you can call from it, you can email from it just by selecting any one of these buttons right here, and it will pull up your native mail, it'll pull up your native text, and it will pull up your native phone. Again, get directions, take photos, and share the information anywhere you're at, all within one simple app. Now, we talked about having the information in here. Not only can we share the information on that, but we can also share some of the other information. When you go into some of these other stuff, I can view the attachment or I can share the attachment. So if I have lease documents or anything that someone uploaded in my team, or I've uploaded before and I forgot, now I can access it. I can even pull the information up where I can view the attachment right here in my system. I don't need to go anywhere. Having the groups, having the filters, having the views, and all the information at the palm of your hands is incredible. Now, there's so many more things that we do here at Realex and besides just CRM. We covered a couple here in a day as the CRM aspects. We also talked about the deal room aspects inside of Market Edge. We touched a little bit on the lease side or the listing side of things. Maybe we want to call the broker. Hey, Jared, I'm at your office. We're planning on touring today. Where are you at? I can email them right out of the app. And again, I can get more information on the building that's for sale or for lease right inside the mobile app. But it gets better than that. We have a mobile tour book that's available for the iPhones and Androids. If I go back into my section in here, now I can go and pull up my Realex transaction manager. I can download all my new tours to make sure they're all up to date. Once I have downloaded my tours and I have them up to date, now I can see each building that I'm going to be touring that day. My client can download the app, which is free in the App Store and Google Play. It's fully interactive. So not only will they see the properties we're going to be touring on a map, they also can drill into each one of them, add additional photos in the field by clicking the photo button, look at floor plans, flyers, and rate each one of the spaces based upon the amenities that you predefined. These predefined amenities allow you to shortlist your properties quicker than ever before. You not only have a group score, but you have a My Score for each person that is touring the space. All this information is based back into home base, where you can look at it from there. You're able to update the tour in real time. So as you're out touring a building and you message one of your admins, your agents, or somebody else in your office, this is no longer available, they can take it off the tour and it updates the tour. So no more printing a tour book today and updating it tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, because information is constantly changing. This building was for lease yesterday and now it's not today. I updated the tour and now it's updated for my clients with no more papers. Save a tree, use the Realex app. Right? We should have a t-shirt, save a tree, get the Realex app. No more printing tour books. No more giving these giant tour books out. It's all done digitally. You can access as many of the tours as your client wants. I even recommended to clients before in the past that they simply buy an iPad or an Android tablet, put the Realex app on it with their logo, and they have the ability to go back in here and hand a tablet, 2 tablets, 3 tablets out when they're touring. And I can almost guarantee you, regardless of your client's technology ability, they'll be able to navigate this. But if for any reason they're not, all the information that's available for you on your app is also available for you to create a tour book back in the home base at Realex. When you log in at realex.com and click on Transaction Manager, it gives you the option to not only do this in a digital format, but you also have the ability to do it in a paper format. Paper format will give you a beautiful tour inside with your logo and color that you can simply print out and take along with you. I can almost guarantee that most of you, once you show this to your clients, they'll love it. They won't want to go anywhere else or do anything else with it. We can see on our tour, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's the tour order they're going on. You can even update the tour order the day before, the night before, or before you go out on tour, and it updates your client's tour order. Having the information on here, like getting directions to the next tour we're going to, or the ability to rate, just again, I cannot tell you how effective it is when you're going through here and you're walking through the overall feel, security, safety, and amenities. And again, if you want to scroll back and you want to go in the Realex app, you can go back in the Realex app. And now we can go back in the Realex app because we can use them both simultaneously. And we can reach out to Stephanie and let her know that we're waiting on site. We'd love to have her come over. By the way, Stephanie doesn't answer emails or phone calls. She only does text. And now I can voice dictate a message to her saying, since you're late, you're picking up Starbucks. And now I can send that off and it'll record a history for me. I can add additional notes or update anything else back from here and then jump back into my tour book. And now I'm able to do both at the same time, all with the same system, all with the information gathered for you to do. So you're not missing a beat. You're able to jump from table to app and access the information anywhere. Easily add information, update building information, add building photos. You can condense your listing process drastically by walking on site or updating tenant information in the field for your building stack. Having the updated information is going to be what's going to change you from being a mediocre broker to the best broker, and having the information. If it's listed for sale, you can see it. If you want to see the space information, that's fantastic. And if you want to call the owner and let them know you're outside, that you call them 15 times and you're outside of their building and you demand that they meet you, don't do that, especially in Las Vegas. But you understand how nimble it can be. If you don't want to open it up and you just want to go ahead and you want to click on the 3 little dots, it allows you to make the phone calls, emails, notes, and everything without even opening each record. The idea is to go from 10 clicks to 2 clicks and 2 clicks to 1 click. We can't get to 0 clicks. Unless we do that neurotransmitter which some of you might be down for. But you can just go through here and start banging phone calls out. Bang, 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 bang. So as Jeff said, power dialing right through the program, contacting your leads, reaching out, calling, texting. You can do it from home, from your car, from the airplane, anywhere you're at, anytime, any place. Jeff, how are we looking on time?
We are doing well. We're open for questions, but Matt, no one on this call, I'm sure, is a mediocre. It's all from good to great and from great to even better. So we're just trying to make you as good as you can be. So I appreciate that. But these are tools that help you win business and execute more efficiently. So you can you really differentiate yourself in the market with this mobile app. So really encourage you to take advantage of it, not just for your own business development, but to help make your client as productive as possible as well. There is a question here. I'm not sure I understand it. So it's like, is there or will there be a feature in settings or a landing page for a default layout or a prospect button which would open the camera? So I'm not quite sure there, but why don't you just go back? How do you access the camera from the property or the prospect? And then let's talk about how do you get different layouts into the phone for use.
Yeah, so there's a couple things. One is you can simply just hit the three little dots and add a photo. So it's really easy to go ahead and do a photo from the three little dots. I like to open the property up or the contact up, and then I'm able to go ahead and take a photo. So you can see here, just take a photo or choose a photo if I've already taken some photos. When it comes to your layouts, I think what you're saying is how do I create a default layout? If you hit that little piece of paper up on the top, my default's to what I have back in my home base system. So you can set a default layout. So this has my lease schedule in here.
So just to stop for a second, you build the layout on your web portal in your CRM, and then you can create one that has an optimized view for your phone. You may not want to have every detail because it's maybe too much information to fit on the screen, but you want a phone friendly view. You build that, and then that's the one you select. Or as Matt's demonstrated, you can easily collapse and tweak the even larger page down to size.
There's nothing stronger than saying, hey, Jeff, this is your building. I just walked it. I added your tenants. I updated the photos, and I'm ready to hit send on the invite to my marketing coordinator to create a package for me as soon as you sign the listing agreement. By the way, I have 33 people that are pre-qualified to purchase your building or lease your building, and stick your phone on the table. 196 years of combined experience doesn't beat I have a buyer or a tenant. It doesn't beat the ability to put your listing or create a marketing flyer within minutes while you're on the presentation. That's going to be more impactful than your competitor with 200 years of experience. It's amazing what happens when you can back up what you talk about and what you say.
One of the ones, Matt, to back it up, like if you're showing me a comp and how do you share that with me? Because I think a lot of people have great information they want to impress their clients with.
Yeah, so all you have to do is go and figure out the comp that you want. You can use a filter to filter it out, advanced filter to load them, simple filter to save them. You can also pull up a predefined group if you want to pull up a group. Once you pull up that group information, you can simply go right into that comp itself and click that little share button. Hopefully everybody can see that. That little share button right there. If you click that share button, it'll allow you to go ahead and share that information. So again, it's really simple when you're able to go do that, and you can click to share on that one and so forth. So now we can share that information to other people via email, text, or anything else with inside the program.
And what if I had like a report? I built a report of here's my best multifamily comps in the market. I want to send that whole report to somebody.
So if I want to send the whole report to somebody, I can add that information to a group, and then I can go ahead and share that information.
And can you actually grab an attachment? And since if you have a library of PDFs, you can grab one of those and say, hey Jeff, it's great talking to you. I wanted to share our recent market update.
Yeah, you can share a file with somebody as well. I'll go in here and click that. When I was looking for a file in my comps, I can run a comp report, or someone can in my office, and attach it directly to the client. But again, you can share that information. It's real easy to share that. You can view it, you can go over it. Again, you can create that report and then attach the report and share the report. So any attachments you have, you can share that information.
I'm not sure if this is a real next question, or is it your a phone setting, but is it the, I know in the phone you can change font sizes, so I think is this responsive to that, or are there ways to change your view?
Yeah, so I'm not sure. My phone, I don't. There's a setting on your phone for an
Yeah,
iPhone. I know that 100%. You can go into accessibility and you can change that. So I'm assuming that's an accessibility option in both Android
yeah.
and iPhone. Now we did release an update in the web version of our system that you can change the size by clicking, 50%, 100%, 150%, 200%, and that's not a problem whatsoever. And back to Thomas's question here that I just got, these tutorials addressing each component, you guys are flying through. Yeah, and look, I try to talk slow. I get excited and sometimes I talk a little fast, but I also only have 30 minutes to go over two really awesome programs, and it's hard to give them all the love and attention they need during this without going as fast into it. We have those recorded on our YouTube channel, which you can slow them down. We also have inside of the Realex program, when you log in through the web, you can click Guide Me. Guide Me is in the upper right-hand corner of every portion of our program. There's tutorial videos, there is downloadable content. There's also an on-screen guide that can walk you through pretty much everything besides the mobile app. You don't need an on-screen guide to walk you through the mobile app. Just click around. You'll figure it out. If you have questions, you have Kevin, myself, and Jen that are all here to help you along with your success. But we try to cram as much in 30 minutes because I think we typically have about 7 minutes of attention time. So we do understand that it does go fast. And you can access all this material on our YouTube channel. Jeff sends out a recording of this as well, or a marketing team does. And then a lot of it you'll see in the Guide Me, whether it's videos or on screen, the guide will guide you through a lot of this stuff.
And how does the client get the tour book app?
Client just goes to Transaction Manager inside of Google App or Google Play. So if I go here and I can find mine, Realex Transaction Manager, there you go. Download it right there. If you want, I can even share it with you. But you can download the Transaction Manager right in our program. Similar, you can go ahead and download our program right from here.
And then, Matt, what happens to, where do you invite the client from? From
So
the app or from the site?
yeah, so you would invite the client from the website. That's where you would typically invite the client in there. So you just log into your Realex system on there. You would add the people that you want to tour. There's no additional cost for other people. So if you're touring with 10 people or 2 people, you can add them. And people can tour along even without the app. So they can log in through a site that you give them that gives them a similar feeling of this, but they can access it from their PC or Mac. So if I am on the mobile with 3 clients on site, Jeff is in Florida and he wants to be able to go along, but he doesn't want to use the app. He just wants to do it on his desktop. He can do that as well. So it allows us to do it on an app, and it gives you a personalized portal that they can log into. And your portal can be branded with your logo and your colors on there. So when they log in, they see your logo or their logo and colors, right? So there's a lot of benefits to that, where they can access it via an app or they can access it through the web browser. So really, you can access it anywhere, or you can do a little bit of both.
And they can then not just get the property information, they can make notes about the tour, they can rate the space, and they can even make an offer. Or you can send an RFP to the landlord and get a proposal initiated here that would give them the basic terms of the deal, and they could then respond to those terms, which at the end of the day, you have an interactive type of negotiation, and you see where you started, where you ended up, and how you added value along the way.
And then all your emails corresponding back and forth when you're on tour, when you're negotiating everything, can synchronize right in the program for you. So as you go ahead and you see that Ken just responded back with his response, I can open this up. If this was an email, I can view the notes or edit the history right from here, and I can see his response, all from the email history synchronizing back and forth in the program. I call Ken a lot, by the way.
Yes, are active. Well, it looks like we've done with questions. I think you've answered all the questions. Oh, there's one more coming through. When will this app be available in Canada? I just tried to download it. It's not available yet. We have to check on that. It should be.
Should be available in every country.
Yeah. Sandra, let's connect offline and see what's going on there.
Sanders, I love Sandra. She's fantastic. I love all you guys, but Sandra and I talk quite frequently in emails.
Then why don't you help her out, Matt? Make sure she gets what she needs. That should not be an issue. We have so many clients in Canada. We want to make sure you can enjoy this as well. In fact, one of our first tours that I've got is from in Toronto that we built for one of our clients there.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, it said you had the incorrect one. There is a tour. There were two CRM versions when we had the legacy of the desktop syncing to the cloud. There was a different app for that. So make sure you're getting the new CRM. So if you had an app before and you've moved to the cloud version, which everyone has now, you may need to download the app again, and you may have an old app. So just go download, delete the one you have and update the new one, log in with your existing credentials, and you should be good.
Yeah, and then let us know. It sounds like you're all squared away. Look, we really appreciate everybody on here. If you have any additional questions, we'll be around via email, text, whatever you want to do. We're here to help you. If you want to test it out and share some content with Jeff and I, feel free to do so to our emails, our phones, or whatever to test some of these things out. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you along the way. And we want to make sure that we can give you guys all the knowledge on how to utilize the system.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
everybody.